Half Assini, nestled in the heart of Jomoro Municipal District in the eastern region of Ghana, is a town steeped in history. It is the hometown of Kwame Nkrumah's father, Ghana's first president, and a place where the legacy of a great leader still echoes through time. However, like many remote areas, Half Assini faced its share of challenges, particularly in health care. That was until the Yonkofa Foundation stepped in, bringing a ray of hope and much-needed support to the local government hospital. In a region where access to quality health care can be a struggle, the government hospital of Half Assini was dealing with an increasing patient load but with limited resources. Medical equipment was outdated, and the dedicated medical staff often found themselves stretched thin, trying to provide the best care possible to their community. The Yonkofa Foundation, inspired by the great spirit of the community and the legacy of Kwame Nkrumah, recognized the urgent need for interventions. Committed to improving healthcare in rural areas, the foundation collaborated with the hospital to provide a lifeline. Here are some of the essential items and support that the Yonkofa Foundation, through its CEO, Dr. Gabriel Nancy, generously donated to the hospital.
We are here at Half Assini Hospital, and we're visiting a new infant session, baby session. There's been a couple of new equipment that have been donated by Yonkofa, and I think this name is really the Yonkofa Project, Neonatal Intensive Care Unit. Friendship starts at birth. And so we're gonna go in to go see what the equipments are and then speak to the ladies who work in there. Come along with me. Okay.
So welcome to the Government Hospital.
Okay.
So we're entering the outborn unit.
Okay.
Where we would usually nurse babies who are outside of the facility.
Okay.
Or make us spend, say, 36 hours away from the birth area. So
you said something about 36 hours.
Yes, if the baby has spent more than 24 hours to 36 hours outside of the birth area, we prefer not to have cross-infection, so we'd nurse them separately from babies who have been born within 24 hours in our facility.
Okay, I noticed there are 1, 2, 3, possibly 4 over there, yes. Right? And then 3 back here. That's 7.
Yes.
All right, so do you ever get more babies in a town this size, Half Assini, than 7
yes,
at a time?
So we are a referral center, and so we have people referring babies who require neonatal intensive care from the health centers around. Mm-hmm. And so we've had babies come from Newtown to Kobo One, and then we nurse them here. Okay. Yes.
But have you ever had a situation where the beds are all occupied and you need more?
Had to not be able to accommodate a baby because we didn't have a cot to accommodate them. Oh. We always have enough cots to accommodate a baby. Yes.
Okay. Very good. And these, what's that over there?
All right. So that's an incubator that we've had for a while, and then this is a radiant homa. So we usually nurse premature infants because they usually can't regulate their body temperature, and then they need some support to do that. And so we achieve that with the incubator.
Okay. And here?
Yes, we're able to provide warmth for, the same warmth for babies as well who require warmth. We carry out some resuscitation over here as well, and then we do a few examinations and then techniques like cannulation. So basically our 2 exam areas are over there, and then
Over
this
here.
infant radiant warmer.
Is it temperature controlled also?
Yes, it is. It has 3 modes, so you can switch between the baby mode and manual mode as well. So in the baby mode, this probe picks the temperature of the baby and adjusts to the temperature that you desire for the baby. And then in the manual mode, it will just generally reach the temperature and just, regulate heat according to...
That sounds sophisticated. What's the difference between this one and that one behind?
All right, so this one is enclosed, and so you have better temperature control. It's not really affected by the external environment, but the radiant warmer can be affected by the cold from the air conditioner. So this is more temperature control. It carries less risk of infection because there's limited contact with the premature infants, which is best for them. In premature infants, you want to limit contact, less handling, give them the opportunity to just recover.
Very good, very good. And did the government purchase all these equipment,
Yes,
or when
we
they were
received
donated?
these from the hospital. I do not have much information on whether it was donated or not.
All right, very good. And what's that down here?
This is a suction machine that we use for resuscitation as well, to clear the airways of the babies. And then sometimes we use that in gastric suction to decompress to get the gastric contents as well. So, yes.
Okay, very good. And the one, finally, the one behind?
A firefly machine, which we use to...
The fire who?
Firefly machine.
Okay.
So we usually use that for phototherapy, and so in infants who are jaundiced, in the case of neonatal jaundice, we would do some therapy for them under the firefly machine. So this is how it works. You turn it on. The blue light works to eliminate the bilirubin in the baby's blood.
Okay.
And then it's very effective,
Do
actually.
you guys protect their eyes with this light?
Yes, yes. We have eye patches that we use.
Okay.
It's a requirement. You cannot do
You cannot
phototherapy
turn without
putting that. And so you have to put this over the baby's eyes and then guard the genitals as well, which we use with baby diapers.
Okay. There's no radiation, is it?
No, it's very safe.
Okay.
Once you protect the baby's eyes, and then they need urgent care, need constant monitoring, then the babies here can do it just regular monitoring and then regular care.
Okay, very good.
So we keep our emergency drugs over here. We want to have everything on hand when we are faced with an emergency. So this basically serves as an emergency trolley. And so we have a tray here which has IV lines. And then some syringes. We received some catheters from Yonkofa as well, which has been very helpful. And so we use that to attend to emergencies. We have some gloves, some cotton wool. And when we need to set an NG tube, we already have a tray that would be able to do that. And then we keep our drugs down here. We also have some amber bags.
It looks like you've taken us through everything, but I'm sure you have a wish list. There are some things that you wish you had, but are not here.
All right, so first of all, I want to say thank you again to Yonkofa for satisfying a greater part of our wish list. I think some of the things that we requested were an autoclave, because we want to ensure that we undertake sterilization of the instruments that we use here. We also want to have more patient monitors, and then we would like a perfuser to be able to deliver just the right amount of certain medications. Just require a smaller amount, and sometimes it's difficult to achieve that with just say a dorsiflow or a syringe, and so a perfuser would really help us to achieve that. Also, would be grateful to receive more incubators. They're still important. It's just you never have too much. And then we want to be able to take our neonatal resuscitation to the next level. And so we'll be grateful for some endotracheal equipment and tubings to be able to do that.
Have you guys ever received babies born outside in Côte d'Ivoire?
Yes, we get that a lot. A lot of our clientele are from Ivory Coast.
Okay.
Yes, so we do get that a lot.
Tell us about the history of this place.
Okay, so Half Assini Neonatal Intensive Care Unit was inaugurated last year, May. Mm-hmm. It was actually attached to the maternity unit. So the maternity ward was also handling babies who needed care. But in May last year, we were able to inaugurate this unit, so we moved to our current location. So we've been handling babies within the facilities from our sub-district and from our neighboring country, Cote d'Ivoire, especially.
So this is separate from the maternity unit?
Yes, please.
Oh, so there's a different section of this hospital that's a maternity unit?
Yes.
So what's the difference between baby care and the maternity unit and the baby care here?
Okay, so the maternity unit handles the pregnant woman from the antenatal clinic through to delivery. Okay. But the neonatal unit handles baby who needs care.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it's possible that there are babies who are born in the maternity unit who never have the need to come over here?
Yes, exactly.
Good. Tell us about the equipment in Yonkofa. What's all that makes? How did this friendship? And Yonkofa is friendship.
Yes.
So how was the friendship between the Half Assini Hospital and the Yonkofa project get established?
Okay, Yonkofa project with Half Assini relationship actually got started through our medical superintendent, Dr. Frank Agbemoji. It was through him that we got in touch with the Yonkofa project. So through him and the Yonkofa project, we've been able to establish our unit, because when we came to the neonatal intensive care, we actually didn't have much of the equipment. Even incubators was an issue, radiant warmer, suction machine, infusion pump, we didn't even have. But through them, we've been able to establish our unit. And in fact, our unit is one of the best neonatal intensive care units in Western region.
In the Western region?
Yes, please.
Better than what's in Takoradi, the capital?
Obviously.
Really?
Our colleagues are jealous.
Really? So if I go to Takoradi, I will not see this?
No, you will not see it.
That's impressive. How is it that the capital of the region does not have the stuff that you have in Half Assini?
It's all through Yonkofa.
Oh, through Yonkofa.
Yes,
okay.
Yonkofa has been a great help with our establishment of this unit.
Very good.
If not for them, I don't think we'll have most of the equipment we have now.
Very good. So I know that first you have to say thank you and then ask for more. I'm sure I'll ask your colleague what is her wish list. I mean, look, in this world, if you're a thousandaire, you're praying that you become a millionaire, right? And once you become a millionaire, what's next? You want to be a millionaire. So now you have the best in Western region, but you can afford to be greedy a little bit. What else do you want?
Obviously. So, neonatal intensive care unit in Half Assini, we still need a few more equipment. For instance, we need a resuscitation table, an examination lamp. We also need more of the firefly. We actually have two. By instances, we have babies more than two. We cannot share them in the same firefly.
Has that
machine.
ever happened?
Yes.
Okay.
So we had to wait for one person to go off before another person. We also need the firefly. Then we also need consumables. Consumables is also an issue here, because we don't have Tegadem for the preemie babies. We have to use the normal plasters to take care of them. So I think if they are able to help us with all these few things, we'll do well. Though we also need a pediatrician to also handle our babies, so that at least we wouldn't be referring our babies to the regional hospital.
Okay, so over here, you guys are all basically nurses and midwives, but there's no pediatrician who is resident here?
No.
Okay. Okay. But do you think there is enough babies to warrant a pediatrician here? Or maybe they can come once a day, once a week or something? Is that what you...
No, we need a permanent...
A permanent one?
Yes.
Okay. Finally, I asked your colleague, but I'm going to ask you again. I count off the top of my head about 14 courts. Has there ever been a situation where you have more babies than 14?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
Most of the time when the babies are coming in, some are being discharged.
Okay.
So we don't have more than 14.
Okay. Your final thank you message to Yonkofa.
So Yonkofa, all we could say is we are very grateful for the support you've given to Half Assini Intensive Care Unit. And we pray that God give you the strength to continue to support us. And we say, Ayiko Akpenami. We are very grateful to you, and we pray that we continue to have this good relationship and bond among ourselves. So we are very grateful. Thank you.
Theater, and you are our host here. Okay. All right, DNT, we just entered the theater at the Half Assini General Hospital. I've changed my gown. These people insist on covering up my Christmas shirt, but that's okay. And we're hosted by
Madam Elizabeth Dusu, the anesthetist.
Okay. So what are you going to show us today?
Okay, I'll take you around the theater and then the recovery ward.
Okay.
And then we show you the things we have and the things we need.
Okay. Let's do it.
Okay. This is our waiting area.
Uh-huh.
When they come for surgery, they wait here.
Okay.
Then we send them in one by one. Okay. So let's go to the theater.
All right.
This is theater 1.
Theater 1, okay.
You can come in.
Okay. Theater 1. Someone lays on this bed, they really, really need help.
Yes.
What type of surgeries do you perform over here?
We do cesarean sections, myomectomies, all gynecological emergencies, herniorrhaphies, all types of herniorrhaphies, we do them. Basically, these are the kind of surgeries we perform here.
You know, all the things you said means nothing
to
me.
you.
I don't have a clue what you just said.
Okay. Myomectomy is, normally they call them fibroids.
Okay.
Okay, myomectomy. So we remove the myomas from it. If the uterus is beyond repair, we take everything out. We call that one hysterectomy. Taking the uterus out, we call that one hysterectomy. Some gynecological emergencies like subjectomy, like ectopic pregnancies, that one, you know that one. Ectopic pregnancies, yes, we take care of that one.
Okay.
Cesarean section and all the emergencies like APH, PPH.
You do cesarean section. That one I know.
Yeah.
Cesarean, okay.
And then herniorrhaphies, all types, umbilical, ventral, inguinal.
This lady is really bent on confusing me more. Okay.
We do all types of hernias here.
Okay.
And then, yes.
Now, whenever I've seen theaters, we see that big light that's hanging there.
Yeah.
How come I don't see it here?
So theater 1, this is the one we have.
Okay.
This one, the movable one.
All right.
It's only one.
Okay.
So it's not enough. So we support with this.
Oh.
This lamp.
This lamp here?
Yes.
So it looks like
This one.
so it looks like you need the ones that
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Very good.
Support
very
with this one.
Very good. All right, let's see theater 2. How many theaters do you have overall?
We have 2
2.
theaters.
Okay, so actually, as for this bed there, even as a lay person, I can tell this bed there. Look at this bed. Okay, I think this one there. Me myself, I'll call Yonkofa and say we need this one now.
And then the anesthetic machine.
Which one? Okay, anesthesia, right? Okay,
It's not working.
it's not working.
No.
So how do you put them under anesthesia?
Mostly we do spinal anesthesia.
Spinal anesthesia. What does that mean?
Anesthesia. That we give
Inject
something your back.
Yeah.
We put we deposit the drug at your back into the cerebrospinal fluid, and then from your navel down, you'll be numb.
Numb. Okay.
So whatever is done,
You won't feel it.
Yeah, you won't feel it. That's what we do.
Okay.
So we have this one, concentrator. That is what we use to support in case that the person is going into respiratory depression. We use the concentrator to support.
Okay.
But this is not working.
Okay. All right. Is it working in theater 2?
No, that one is not.
That one too is not working. Wow. Okay.
We scrub here.
Okay.
They enter theater 2.
Okay. So this scrub up area serves for both theaters, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's start with this machine here.
It's not really working.
It's not working.
No. It's supposed to be a baby temp.
Baby Tam.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's not working.
It's not working. Wow. And this is...
This bed too is not working, as you can see. It's snapped.
When he showed me Theater 1, I thought that one was comedies, and we're coming to the real one. So Theater 2 is actually in worse shape than Theater 1.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Take all these footage here, because, I mean, to be honest with you, I don't want to say this, but when I this is the recovery room we're entering. So everyone here has been to the theater. Okay. Is it possible to speak to anyone? ¿Cómo está el bus? Okay. All right. Oh, you speak English? A little bit. Okay. Okay. Adiana Dubaha. Dubaha Nana. Okay. Adiana Yana Nana. Here with, can you tell us the name?
Oh, my name is Okutu.
Okutu, okay. Okutu, how does this work?
Okay, so very simple. This thing was brought from US, Atlanta, by Yonkofa, by request from Half Assini Government Hospital to get a physiotherapy. So we are going to use this place as a consultant.
Okay.
So basically they will get about 3 rooms.
3 rooms?
Yes, 3 rooms. So this one, for example, this panel, we'll use it this place.
Right.
To block, then we'll get a beat. Good.
Once you walk in.
Yeah. So we have another panel here, which is also meant for this area.
Okay.
And the last panel goes to that area. Okay. And when we finish, we also have, we are going to create a door here. Who's going to be the main door? So this is going to be the main door.
Okay.
Yes. So we'll cut this place too. We'll cut, then we get the windows. So when we cut, then we get the windows. And this facility is also going to be run on the solar panels.
So these are the solar panels?
These are the solar panels.
We have the back get out of the way. So.
These are the solar panels.
So you won't need any regular electricity?
No. And we have the batteries and the setup here.
Okay.
The batteries, the setup down there, the batteries, everything is here.
Okay.
So, and this is going to be the hand washing.
Hand washing.
Yes.
But you said the consulting room, there are going to be, based on these marks, there's going to be 3 consulting rooms, but only one door. How do you enter?
So, one can enter through this place. When we enter, we get another door from here to the next one.
Okay.
So there's a door from here to the next one. And another door to the next one.
Okay.
So
and then they will be able to exit.
Yeah, you can exit from that.
Okay. So this seems like a door of no return. You walk in here and you don't come out of here.
No.
You consult 1, 2, 3 and you're out.
Last time I had a case here, myself, the administrator, the accountant, and a few others out there, about 5.
Wow.
So it sounds like this every hour.
So what do you, in that case, what equipment do you need to?
Here outside they have some restraining equipment here. I've not seen one myself. I hear that
Restraining equipment.
that we can use to sedate.
Sedate, okay.
And continue with the treatment.
Okay.
We have to use our restraint.
Okay. name is Jermaine Nkrumah, and I'm delighted to sit down with...
My name is Dr. Frank Agbemoji.
You know, shortly before we began this discussion, the conversation, power went out. And of course, that began a discussion that raised issues about some of the challenges you face. Would you like to talk to us about what happened 3 months ago?
3 months ago, precisely on the 4th of June.
June 4th.
Precisely.
I don't think these youngsters know what June 4th is. Okay.
We had some little downpour and the power just went off.
Okay.
But it quickly came back, went off again, came back, on off again, and then 7 of our main switches that connect the internet network that we use at the facility just went off. They blown. And luckily, we had an area close to the facility where we had our service.
Okay.
Part of it got destroyed. And then we had some small part of it, according to the engineers, that was functioning. But that could not work for the whole facility. And so we had to move the whole facility towards that part of the hospital and then erect canopies so that patients could sit under and for consultation. We did that in June. We continued in July and the first half of August until those switches were able to go for repairs, and then we are back without paper as we should be.
Yeah.
This modern era.
And you said something about relays, like when the power goes out. In some places there's an automatic relay. You say that doesn't work.
That doesn't work here.
Okay.
Because of the quick nature that the power goes and comes, so quick that sometimes it disrupts the relay. And we've had one challenge that got our whole gensets blown off.
Wow.
Yes. And so the engineers advised that we take off that automatic relay. And currently, as you witness, we had to use the manual turn it off.
Okay.
And this means that we have to employ somebody to be doing that stuff.
Look at that.
Yes. And we pay the person even when the lights are still on.
Of course.
Because we don't know when it will go off.
When it go off.
Yes.
Because you do theater here. By the way, talking about theater, we went to your theater and I was impressed with your neonatal units. But not so much your theater. What are the challenges you're facing?
Yeah, we had a big theater, 2 units, and a recovery ward. The challenge has to do with the equipment to make sure the theater functioning 100%.
Okay.
We had challenges with, especially, that is so dear to everybody, including myself and the whole municipality. The challenge has to do with anesthetic machine.
Okay. Yes. They don't work.
They don't work.
How do you put somebody under anesthesia when you're operating?
Yeah, so we're just working with a small portion of it that delivers, as it were, just the vital signs. We can't use the gases. We can't use the liquid. We can't do anything about that big machine you saw. So the 2 anesthetic we have are just basically using what we call a spinal block. That is what we use.
Wow.
And so if we had cases that has to do general anesthesia, then it becomes challenging. They can't give full convenience general anesthesia. Most of the time we have to refer such cases to other sister facilities.
What is the closest hospital here beside this one?
It's Ekwe. Yes, St. Martin's de Porres Hospital. That's about an hour from an hour.
In your vicinity, do you have supporting clinics?
No, they are very small clinics. They all refer to us.
Oh, okay.
And you see where we are.
Yeah.
It's like the last stop
before you get to
everybody.
Right.
Yeah. So when you are at the beginning of the district and you refer towards inside the district, we have to have everything so that we don't disappoint you. Because once you refer something from the beginning of the district to the inside of the district, and then the person gets here, and we don't have A, B, C, like we don't have an aesthetic machine, we don't have functional theater beds, we don't have ventilators, we don't have enough cardiac monitors, and if we have to send this person outside the district again, your guess is as good as mine.
And how large is this community? The Half Assini. This hospital serves.
It serves. The whole district is called Jomoro.
Right.
We share borders with Ivorian district, and we share borders with Elembele district. So it's a very huge district of population, close to 200,000 from the last census that we did. And this is the only facility.
And I'm told you get patients from
Cote d'Ivoire as well. They cross all the way. There's a river that divides the districts, and that is what they use to cross. They use motorboats to cross the river and come all the way here. And when they come, and most of them, because of the river, they don't really get the motorboats all the time. So we normally have to receive them in almost complicated cases. They try using herbal stuffs, and when it doesn't work, then they rush them here. Maternal health is a very huge challenge here in that regard. They try doing all sorts of things, and when it gets complicated, then they refer them to the facility.
And what is the closest hospital on the Cote d'Ivoire side to them? It must be far because for them to cross the river to come here instead of
coming, there is no way from here to the main border by road. They still have to get here by the river, come and then go towards outside the district and then go back towards the Lubu border. So that makes it very difficult. Currently, there is a polyclinic that has been completed close to the border, 7 minutes from the border. Because of these difficulties we find. And basically for maternal health that could serve the Lubu area and then the immediate environs of the Ivorian districts.
How much of a difference has Yonkofa made in terms of your equipment?
Wow. I've been here, I think this is my 5th year. I've known Yonkofa for quite some time, and I became so happy, enthusiastic young person at the time, and they were helping us in wherever I have been. So when I came here, it wasn't the way you see it now. Equipment was almost zero. So I had to engage Yonkofa, especially their president, Dr. Gabriela Nancy, who paid a courtesy visit on 2 occasions. She came and toured the facility. She even went as far as the border where the river is to see how she could help. And then she started helping since 2 years ago by way of donating some basic equipment like BP apparatus, also oximeters, for the babies, incubators, radiant warmers, and then beds, hospital beds, and most importantly, consumables. I break it down into gauze, cotton wood, plasters. We call something cannula for us to assess your veins. Those are multiple, plenty of them being donated by Yonkofa for the hospital.
So if I give you 100, being 100%, when you look at your consumables supply and your equipment, what percentage do you say Yonkofa has filled, and what percentage would you say the government of Ghana has filled?
For equipment, Yonkofa has filled almost 60% for equipment, and for consumables, I'll put at least 70%.
Oh wow!
Because consistently they try to help in the areas of those.
So if it wasn't for Yonkofa, this would be a very
bad situation, especially the equipment side. You know, the Neonatal intensive care units. This is the first of its kind.
They tell me it's better than even Takrady.
Yes, this is the first of its kind.
That's good.
It's never existed.
That's good.
Anytime we refer any baby that has asphyxia, simple jaundice, and basic things that need a day or two observation, you send these babies outside the whole district, and they go and compete with other babies of that that district. And in almost all the cases, the mothers will come without the babies.
Oh my goodness!
Yes, they will come without the babies, and this mostly puts me. I bleed from within that it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen. The sad ones are those that have gone through cesarean section, and the mothers are here, and the babies have to be sent outside the district for their relative to go up there and keep up to them. This mother recovers, and the babies don't come.
And so that's how huge a difference this neonatal unit
has served us. So now we can nurse, treat babies as little as 26 weeks, 28 weeks, 30 weeks. We do them, put them in incubator, and it's breaking a lot of difference.
That's good.
The last time we had our prematurity day, we lined up all those mothers who had delivered premature babies, and it was so all joy all over their faces, because hitherto they have to be sent to far away districts.
So your mortality rate before this neonatal
was high, over 100% mortality rate.
And now
100%, zero.
Dr. Nancy told me a lot of good things about you, and after being here, I've seen your handiwork. So in ending, I want you to make two statements. One statement to Yonkofa, and the other to the government of Ghana.
Wow, this is for Yonkofa. We really appreciate everything they've been doing to support the facility. We waiting, enormously waiting for them to also take up the physiotherapy unit and help us complete it. And this will go a long way to rehabilitate people who suffer from stroke and other disability, even including children who are born with head palsies. They have to go a long way for physiotherapy. So for Yonkofa, we welcome their support in that area as well. And we like to tell them they should never stop supporting us. They should keep up whatever they are doing, and keep up and keep up and keep up. We are also happy to let you know that the Yonkofa also is playing a very big role in mentoring and teaching most of our staffs. They've been here a couple of times last year and this year, sending lecturers from different areas of medicine, and then they spend 1 week here with our people and teach them what is being done differently in the United States. So we plead that they continue, and we beg them to continue supporting us in whatever way they can in terms of equipment and other healthcare logistics. For the government of Ghana, well, we are happy that we are here working. The government pays us. The government supports us in one or two areas. But, for the government, it's 100% national health insurance. See, we have 96% of our population who visit the hospital assessing with the National Health Insurance. And payment for National Health Insurance has always been erratic, and that contributes to the inefficiencies in sometimes running of the facility. We use this same bit, or we use this same money sometimes to pay what we call contract workers, or we call them casual workers. Casual workers are workers that we normally contract to work that are not on government payroll, just to complement what the government workers would have been doing. So it's, when we have them huge, the wage bill is very huge on that side. And without Yonkofa coming, we wouldn't have been able to do that. We wouldn't have been able to do that because monies are not coming from the National Health Insurance. Patients keep coming. They need health care. What do you do?
So in addition to equipment and consumables, are you telling me that Yonkofa also helps with cash?
No, Yonkofa doesn't help with cash. Yeah. The cash is the government reimbursement from the National Health Insurance, which doesn't come regularly. So that is my plea to the government, that the reimbursement from the National Health Insurance should be quick.
And that'll make a world of difference.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Frank. And you're doing great here. When I walked into the facility from the outside, I'm like, okay, I'm not used to this, but as I've gone in there and I've seen what you have to work with, the enthusiasm of the workers, the professionalism, it's all a handiwork of what you bring to the table. So on behalf of our audience, I want to thank you.
The hospital still has ongoing challenges that highlighted the importance of sustained support from the vital healthcare institution. Half Assini's proximity to the Ivorian border means the significant influx of Ivorians to the government hospital represents a higher demand than the population statistics of Half Assini's reflect. While the Yonkofa Foundation has made a substantial impact, it was evident that there was more work to be done to ensure that the people of Half Assini and its environs received the quality health care they deserve. The story of Half Assini's government hospital was not just a tale of past assistance, but also a call to action. The health director and department heads spoke with determination, believing that with a continued collaboration and support, they could overcome these challenges and provide even better health care to their community.